Never Call You Bitch Again is another One Nation track that has several different versions available online, similar to Secrets of War, which I covered in another video. Version 1 of Never Call You Bitch Again features 3 verses from Tupac with no chorus, whereas version 2 has a chorus added, performed by Jewell with background crooning by Danny Boy, both Death Row label mates. Version 2 of the song is clearly a more developed iteration of version 1, and is the version that I'll discuss in this part of the video. There's also a third version of the track, but more about that later. Produced by longtime Tupac producer Johnny J, the track makes use of a very cool sample from There'll Never Be by R&B band Switch, which is looped throughout the song. This is underpinned by a funky bass line laid by one guitarist, while another musician strums an electric guitar that meanders all over the place, seemingly improvising throughout the whole track. Puck uses this smooth sonic backdrop to give it up for all the loyal ladies in his life, those women who are committed to him, who he can depend on during the good times and the bad, for the women capable of being not only a lover, but a friend as well. Puck apologises for all the times he has called the women dear to him the B word, and vows not to again. But he also draws a distinction between bitches, who are disloyal, and black women, who are true to him. This was a distinction Puck made at other times too, and despite his efforts not to say it, it suggests that Puck thought there was a need for the B word in his vocabulary to describe some types of women. The unquestioning devotion and faith in black women from Puck's early years, displayed on such songs as Brenda's Got a Baby and Keep Your Head Up, was rocked by the betrayal he felt when Ayanna Jackson accused him of sexual assault in '93, which ultimately led to him being convicted of a lesser charge and sent to a maximum security prison the following year. This incident was a watershed moment for Puck, when he realised that he couldn't rely on women to be down for him, simply by virtue of being the same race as them. He would grasp the more complex and nuanced reality that some black women had his back, while other black women meant to do him harm. Whereas most of Puck's songs about women following his release from prison were either critical or treated them as little more than sex objects, Never Call You Bitch Again feels like an effort to reconcile with women, or at least the women whom he deemed to be honest and loyal. Perhaps a sign that Puck was beginning to heal from the trauma that the accusation had done to him, an accusation that he vehemently denied until his death. This is one of the smoothest tracks intended for One Nation, and I can imagine this may have come at the midpoint of the album to slow things down a bit. Jewell collaborated with Puck many times while he was on Death Row Records, and her singing is particularly sweet on this track. She also does something unusual on this song. She sings the lyrics of the chorus at the same time that Tupac is rapping the third verse, so their vocals overlap. This part could have sounded too cluttered, but surprisingly it works, which helps to illustrate the chemistry they had together in the studio. Tupac performed this song live at his concert at the House of Blues, one of only 2 songs from One Nation that he got a chance to perform, the other being Tattoo Tears. He introduces Never Call You Bitch Again as a song for the True Sisters and performs the first 2 verses, but unfortunately Jewell is not present to sing the chorus. Back to that third version now, which is an alternate take of the song. Known online as the East Coast version, Puck's verse remains the same, but his other 2 verses are replaced by raps performed by Tekken Steel, aka Smith & Wesson, and Buckshot. The boot camp clique's rappers pick up the song's theme of navigating a man's sometimes complex relationships with the women in his life, with Tech playing the role of Tupac's homie, who is mentioned in verse 1. This is a fun reimagining of the song, and would have made a cool B-side to a single or a bonus track, but I think that Tupac's solo performance should be the one chosen if the original track is ever to be released. An interesting tidbit of trivia shared by Steele with YouTube interviewer Tupac Forum channel in 2014 is that Tupac was very upset in the studio session for Never Call You Bitch Again. His bad mood was apparently caused by a conversation he had with Death Row boss Suge Knight just before, and Steele says it caused Tupac to become very impatient during the recording of the song. Steele says it was the first time they'd seen Tupac like that during their stay with him in Los Angeles. Sadly, Steele also says that was the last time he saw Tupac, because the bootcamp clique left to go back to New York after that. What could Tupac and Suge's conversation have been about, and why did it upset Puck so much? Whatever the cause, listeners wouldn't know Puck was upset while recording this song because of his laid-back, calm and charismatic delivery. Never Call You Bitch Again was released on posthumous album Better Days in 2002 with a completely different beat. Jewell and Danny Boy's vocals have been removed, and R&B singer Tyrese provides an all-new chorus instead. This remix is okay, but it gives the song a sad sound that I don't think it needed, and Tyrese's crooning is a bit over the top for me. I prefer Jewell's chorus, which is more restrained. The East Coast version of the original was released on Zelon Entertainment's 2010 bootleg One Nation album, but has never been officially released, and the other two original versions have never been released at all. If you've not heard any of the original versions of Never Call You Bitch Again, give them a listen, links in the description below, then drop me a comment to let me know what you think.